This is the $1,000 Arc'teryx Beta Down insulated jacket that's made from 40 denier gore-tex, aka the pinnacle of modern technology. One 40 denier nylon filament is roughly equivalent to the weight of 40 silk threads that are 9,000 meters long. And to be honest, I don't really like this jacket. There's a way worse one in that IKEA sack right there. That's way better. This is the $300 North Face Nuptse jacket, also made from 40 denier nylon. It's iconic and wildly warm, and also modular. This is the Karakoram, the most legendary down jacket of all time, worn during one of the most famous mountaineering events in history. This is the Iron Snail yearly down jacket Olympics. Also, the second channel, The Tale of the Iron Snail, the vlog channel, is officially live. There is a video on it right now, so go check that out if you haven't. Okay, bye. What's up, Snailians? It's Michael. I'm back with my big fat sack. Today we are going over 6 of the best down jackets in the entire world. Each one of these down jackets has some specific property that makes it special and different from all of the others. Quite shockingly, even though we have much more and cooler expensive jackets on the list, the North Face Nuptse. I think it's just because I said sack, so I had the in my throat. The North Face Nuptse is my second favorite. It's not my first favorite because the first favorite of this video is the most beautiful down jacket in existence. I'm going to show you me wearing it inside out, and it's wrong. It's not a reversible jacket, and it still beats all of these other jackets. But this is not that. This is trendy, stylish, super, super warm, and a beautiful jacket. Number one, this doesn't make it really stick out, but we have to talk about nylon versus cotton versus other things because we're also talking about a 100% cotton jacket today. But before we get into that, something that I very much like about this jacket is that it is part of a modular system. For the most part, a layering system is going to beat any one jacket in the world. You just can't win against that, except the one that I have, because I'd rather it be so cold outside that I die than layer over that jacket. I'm serious, I'm not even kidding. This is a 700 fill down jacket that is very, very stuffed with down. It's very warm, and it's nylon, so it doesn't breathe that well, so you will not get cold in this jacket, but sometimes it feels like a very nice, hefty bag full of geese feathers and down. Anyways, denier. Denier, I hardly know her. One denier is the linear mass density of one strand of silk that is 9,000 meters long, which I believe weighs approximately 1 gram. That is one denier. Lower D is going to be softer, silkier, smoother. Higher D is going to be thick and strong. Think of, come here. You're lucky, I don't usually let most people see my backpack this close. We'll pretend this is Cordura. This is 1000D nylon. You can see it's very thick, very beefy, not very soft. Then this is 40D nylon. Very smooth, very silky. Anyways, last thing we have to talk about is how strong nylon is compared to something like cotton. Because for the most part, that is probably your baseline for strength in fabrics. In general, nylon, for its weight, is 2 times stronger than cotton across the board. Even though this jacket is dramatically lighter and softer than this jacket, it's probably similarly as strong because the weight of this is just about double of this. Hey, what would you do if I told you there was an app or an extension that would essentially get you a discount on anything you ever wanted to buy in your entire life? You'd freak your lid. If you're anything like me, you're thinking, oh, thank God, I can finally get a bath mat that is not this disgusting saturated orange color. This video is sponsored by Carrot. By getting the app on your iPhone or getting the extension on Google Chrome, you can get 90% off whatever you buy without a coupon, anywhere you shop, anything you're shopping for. Look at how obscure this lamp is, and look at how much I'm getting it off for. It works on everything. Obviously, the holidays are upon us and you're probably doing some last-minute shopping. Why not run everything through Carrot? See if you could save yourself a couple $100 to buy yourself a can of eggnog. All you have to do is download or install the extension or app and then look at whatever you want to buy. Click on the Deal Hop button from Carrot and it will show you a bunch of results of, hey, it's cheaper here, it's cheaper there, it's cheaper everywhere except where you're looking. So thank you very much to Carrot for sponsoring this video. Longtime sponsor of the Iron Snail, and I'm good friends with the founder, Bobby. I love the concept of this Patagonia cotton jacket for $395, but I don't understand a lot of decisions behind it. The first decision is, it's a very slim jacket. I find it weird when you can't layer under a winter piece in general. I have just a sweater under this, and I feel tight. This jacket, I believe, is 100%, it could be 98, that's why I'm saying I believe, made from cotton, which 99.9% of people that want a down jacket, I think would be way happier with. It is dramatically better for the average everyday person compared to something like nylon or polyester because it breathes. First off, everybody knows that cotton is probably the last thing you want to wear when you are going for an actual hike, where you're going up a mountain or something like that, because cotton kills. It absorbs water, it dries really slow, gives you hypothermia, and then you die. Cotton is going to let your garment breathe a lot more. You'll feel a lot less like you're in a trash bag. Unless you are in a very wet and gross climate, you'll probably want just a cotton jacket with a DWR finish that you can reapply every few seasons. That's a little environmentally friendlier. Natural fibers are back, baby. They took a little hiatus, but they're back and better than ever. Either way, great jacket, heavier than the North Face, not as warm, not as water resistant, maybe equally as durable. Next up, best of both worlds, Fjallraven. So why does everyone recommend this down jacket specifically to me? Well, because it is waxable. And yes, I do love that. It makes me froth at the mouth. That means the jacket is more durable. If you want to take it outside, it becomes more thorn-proof. It's like glass instead of a woven material, so it snags less. You can make it weatherproof. It ages over time, it patinas over time. But really, the added benefit is that it will last, you know, virtually forever. Not forever, but gore-tex will delaminate and bubble over time. We'll get into that in a little bit. Not that I don't like gore-tex. A real major benefit is that it's a tool that you can interact with, and much like my boots, you can choose the best of both worlds. These are LL Bean boots. The bottom of them, great if I'm walking in water. The top, breathable, flexible, more comfortable. This, if you want an airy, breathable jacket like the Patagonia cotton jacket I was talking about, simply don't wax it. If you're going on a strenuous activity and you think it might rain and get really bad outside, wax it. Would I trust it more than Gore-Tex? Absolutely not. If I'm in an absolute downpour risking my life and I need to buy a jacket for one expedition, I would probably bring a Gore-Tex shell. This would eventually soak through, but you do get a ton of water resistance. I have stood in the shower on multiple videos for like 20-30 minutes and no water has come through. This next jacket I don't have with me, but I shot a ton of B-roll of it. It is undoubtedly the greatest down jacket of all time, and it has the coolest story tied to it. We're gonna do a full video on it soon. The Karakoram Eddie Bauer jacket. I'm probably saying Karakoram wrong. You are. It's Karakoram. But I'm not even going to talk about the jacket that much. I'm just going to read you one of the most famous hiking saves, climbing saves of all time, the belay. The year was 1953. A team of 7 Americans and 1 British mountaineer aimed to be the first to summit the notoriously dangerous K2. At the time, Europe produced the best outerwear, but this predominantly American team, most with a military background and 3 members hailing from Seattle, were looking for alternatives made closer to home. Knock, knock, knock. They knocked upon a Sir Eddie Bauer's door. While attempting to traverse an ice sheet, climber George Irving Bell lost his footing, pulling Tony Strather loose. Strather fell into the rope, joining Charles Houston and Bob Bates. Bates and Houston fell into the rope, connecting D. Molinaire to Gilkey. Schoening, despite already holding Gilkey on belay during the attempted traverse to Camp 7, was able, through strength, quickness, and skill, to arrest the fall of all 6 men with his ice axe wedged against a boulder frozen in the mountainside. Schoening considered himself merely lucky, but his companions felt otherwise. Schoening praised Bauer's Karakoram as the finest article of cold weather, high altitude equipment he had ever encountered. Goosebumps, 6 men on one of the most dangerous mountains of all time. One of them already down, 6 of them fall. Peter Schoening grabs his ice pick, slams it into the rock and says, "1 second, gentlemen, didn't expect it to be fall this time of year." Pulls them all back by himself, walks the rest of them down the mountain and says, "What's a lovely hike. Didn't expect it to be so fun. I love this down jacket. Thank you, Eddie Bauer." What? I decided I'm going to save the best of my sack to the end. Sort of a grand sack finale, if you don't mind. So we're going to do the Arc'teryx first, then we'll get to the greatest jacket of all time. Arc'teryx is bleeding edge. Perhaps they are even beyond bleeding edge, and they are the ones who define bleeding edge. They go above and beyond with all of their construction. Everything is meant to be maximum comfort, maximum efficiency, maximum waterproofness, warmth, everything like that for little weight. 800 fill down through most of the jacket, but in areas where there's going to be a lot of water, like on your shoulders, on the top of your head, wherever it may be, there's also synthetic insulation because it dries faster, so you'll stay warmer in those areas. Where it's not going to get as wet, they put down. That's genius. But also, you'll know this, obviously, you hear that like odd crinkly thing? It doesn't sound like nylon, it sounds a little crinklier. That, of course, is Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex is a name brand. They are the best waterproof membrane in their space. That is what they do, and nothing that is made with Gore-Tex materials has not been approved by Gore-Tex, who test the absolute crap out of the garments that are using the materials to make sure they are the pinnacle of waterproofness, of breathability, of everything like that. Even though the technical specifications are bleeding edge and amazing, and this jacket vastly outperforms every single other jacket in this bag, the modern issues, instead of seams coming unraveled or fabrics tearing and stuff like that, is adhesives not holding up forever, delamination, which is like this bubbly thing. And I don't know, interestingly, I feel like an older nylon down jacket that is all patched up and repaired is really cool. I haven't seen an Arc'teryx down jacket repaired, I'll have to look that up, but the aging is dramatically different than a wax down jacket or an old nylon jacket or a cotton jacket or something like that. And that part's really not up my alley, but it's an unbelievable jacket. And now, the main event, founded in 1974 by Ann Mickelson, Crescent Down Works, an American-made, Seattle-based down jacket company, did a collaboration with Imogene and Willie. They made the coolest down jacket to ever exist in the entire world. This is the Crescent Down Works, Imogene and Willie, what the heck is it called? Hooded jacket. Not the most, okay, I was hoping for a cooler name, but this jacket is the complete opposite of Arc'teryx. The seams go right through the jacket, so there will be cold spots at all the baffling areas. The down is just kind of stuffed in there. But all in all, this jacket is made out of premium materials, premium down, made in USA, made in Seattle, and boy, oh boy, does it look cool. The problem is it's a $700 jacket. That's where the problem lies for me, because if it wasn't, I'd want to wear this jacket like in the woods and get it dirty and see what happens and how easily it rips. But it's a $700 jacket. Taylor and I have had actual sit-downs discussing the pros and cons of keeping or returning this jacket. There are some cons that I'll talk about in a second, but like I said, we're sitting at the kitchen table, literally like flipping the jacket inside out and saying, this jacket is so beautiful that you can wear it inside out, which it is not meant to be worn like this, and it's still the coolest jacket on this list with the blue pocket. Oh my God, I should become a fashion TikToker if I have this jacket. It's the coolest jacket I've ever seen. Oh my God. The only issue I have is that this jacket is what Crescent Down Works calls streak-free nylon, which I'm sure it's tough. They also make booties out of it, as in what you put on your feet. It feels like the inside of a down jacket. It feels like a liner. It doesn't feel like it's tough at all, and it's white, so although it's beautiful, it's gonna get filthy over time. In summary, I think you should tune in next week when we do the same thing, but more intense, with the greatest, actually greatest wool jackets of all time. I'm throwing my own brand into that ring. It's time to show you what I got.